Buena, buena, buena. Rico.t.toro. De regreso. Buenos días, noche, tarde, wherever, whenever. Hope all is well with y'all. So today we're gonna talk about, I think we're gonna talk about happy hour. Happy hours. And we're not talking about drink specials. We're not talking about the Western world style of that. But we're gonna talk about one of you and two of them. And so, yeah, you know, for those new, you know, we'll just use the English term initially, threesome. So, anyways, I probably am gonna talk a little bit coded in this because, you know, let's face it, we know what it is, but you know, I don't want to be too, I don't know, whatever. So, I'm heading down Flip Flop for breakfast right now. I might get a little off track when I get there, and you know, but I usually try to stay on topic. So, you know, these happy hours facilitate in a couple of different ways. Usually, it could be in the street, you know, papita, stock or bond, mango, etc. approaches you. She's with her home girl, and they approach with that, what I call that dumb shit, like, hi poppy, you know, we're so horny, take me and my friend, you know, blah blah, we both want you, blah blah blah. Well, whether it's one or two, when they come at you like that, usually it's just some fast talking, fast hustle crap that isn't gonna end to the best of your liking, you know. And that's whether you know, because they really, at that point, they're just trying to entice you to a faster way of spending money, not just for you, but also for the home girl, you know. And I ran into one brother yesterday that recognized me, JJ, shout out, and we were chopping it up a minute, like over by Casa Cayana, and like three walked through, and none of them looked too good in my opinion. And one of them was a little bit like reaching for him a little bit, and I said, bro, that ain't gonna end, that usually don't end well, you know, that all that like too aggressive shit, usually that's not gonna end up as a pleasurable experience, or you know, whatever. So fortunately for him, I think he told me he had a really good experience right before that. So anyways, moving right along, sometimes these girls do this approach, the happy hour approach. They'll do it in the club, and sometimes it's the same result. And then sometimes you might know one, which I've done this. Sometimes I know one, and I happen to see her with an amiga that's new or something, well, new to me, that seems attractive. So I'll be like, you know, why don't you know, in order not to slight the one that I already know, if she's been an all right regular or something, I'll tell her, why don't y'all both just come along? And so, you know, sometimes that works out. So usually what I'll do is I'll run through the one that I already know kind of quickly, just thinking like, you know what, I'm really gonna enjoy the friend. So that's how that's the angle that I worked at. You know, and you know, like always, you know, I gotta like give you some specific stories, because that's what it is, the Rico Toro, based on the actual life experiences, the personal observations. So you know I gotta leave you with one of those. You know I gotta do that. So that one time, like, you know, and you know, I've had some, you know, a good one or two, and I've had, like, you know, some experiences that weren't that great. Never anything criminal that went like really south, but just some that were better than others. And I think I got to keep wearing these shades because Bo Rakes told me I look rich, in these shades. So maybe the way to get money is look like I already have a lot. So yeah. So one like experience, I was with this one that wasn't great, and I was way drunk, like 5 a.m. Came in from New York on the red eye when I used to live up that way, and went to an after-hour spot with a bunch of people I knew. We were, I think, in Boca Chica. So I remember this one was like kind of little, petite, my normal, but then there was this like 6-foot Venus Williams thoroughbred, and I was like, I hadn't had one of them in a while, and like say I do like a little variety. So I end up rocking with the both, and then so we go to handle the thing, and go through the little one first. And she's just talking nonstop. Like, I'm not a 2-minute guy, especially when I'm drinking. So she was getting sort of like when her time was up, and when I rolled over, she's like, basically, can I get mine now? Can I get mine now? I'm ready to go. And I basically had to tell her, like, shut your mouth. Just go wait in the other room, because there was another room. And, I said, just go wait out front. And so that kind of threw off my rhythm, And then the whole wardrobe change, having to do the helmet change from one to the next is also sort of like one of the negatives for me, because they could just throw off the rhythm. So, I'm going. So that wasn't a great one. And then, I'm gonna tell you about a really a good one that actually was me. It was me plus 3. So, and this was kind of turned out well. It was with one of my old regulars, and she was hardcore, no sugarcoating it, but I could somewhat trust her. Like, she was just happened to be, in the streets a lot. Well, I'd already been with her and like her main homegirl or prima or whatever before. But on this one night, I see, this is how you watch football, y'all, on vacation. I'm at Roomba back in the day with Mr. Flip Flop, watching the Giants versus my Redskins. Yeah, so y'all might have heard already before, I'm originally from the DC area. So yeah, Redskins fan, not proud of that so much anymore, or whatever the new Washington football team name is gonna be. So I'm over there and watching the game, and I'm leaving. At this point, I was leaving in like 2 days. And so they come walking by, and they're like, Toro, buy me a beer or whatever. And I'm like, wait a minute, I got like beers in the refrigerator that I got to get rid of, so just go get one. And, I didn't, and I just threw my key their direction. But then I was like, whoa, wait a minute, that's a bad idea. So I get up and I walk there, and it's like just about halftime of the game, and the Giants are up. So I get there, and like I say, my main one of the group, she was not bashful at all. She just was like she's a little too out there to normally like deal with. She's one you can dress her, but you can't take her nowhere. And so she just kind of pulls my stuff out and starts like going about her business right in front of the other two. And then so I just push her sort of into the, a little suite. I just push her into the bedroom, and I go in there, and next thing I know, I start hearing clothes flying and shoes coming off and belts clanging, and the other two come in there. And my whole motivation this time was actually the third one, because the other two I was familiar with. The third one was really, really cute. So I was like, all right, I gotta handle this. So after all three, I still was not done. So the main one, they're all kind of, lurking around, my pleasure zones. she like gives like, pushes both out the way, and she just goes for it like a soldier. And, you know, and just, you know, and, you know, I'm like, wow. You know what? Something I say, you may understand this or not. Mi leche sabor como jugo de piña, muy dulce. Yes, I'm like pineapple juice, very sweet. So, so finish that, we leave, and I go back to the game. It's the middle of the third, and by this time, the Redskins are up, Redskins win. So that's how you watch football. So, anyways, like I say, some of these stories go well, some of them not so. And with that, and you know, one of probably the last time, you know, last time I did the happy hour thing was in Boca Chica, and with one of my regulars down there. I don't like to even say regulars because I'm not there that often, and you know, I don't really have any connection down there like I do up here as far as that goes. But you know, again, it was the same thing. I was curious about the friend that was hanging with us, so I was like, all right, you know, come on. And I did something that I always have wanted to do. You know, I have both of them like, you know, faced up, and when I was doing one, I put the helmet on the other one's back. And I said, don't move wrong, I don't want that to fall. We're just gonna, you know, so it's kind of like, you know, one, and then slide right, and then boom, the other. So it was just one of those things. But like I say, usually it's not great. Now, one of my friends that, I'm not gonna mention his name because he's not on YouTube like that and doesn't want to be. But he's lived on the island a long time, and he does have pretty good experience with these. And a lot of time his way is always just like, you know, when he, you know, after a little bit, it's just like, you know, mami, presenta tu amiga, una amiga para mí. You know, he's always just asking, you know, bring a friend along or whatever. And, you know, but it also broadens his network, you know, even if that experience is not great or whatever. So that's kind of what he does, you know. And, you know, not a lot of people down here for breakfast yet. And, you know, just like a thing about me is, you know, most of the people on YouTube I've known like long before this, so I kind of, you know, I don't come at them like, you know, like some people, just because they got a camera, they see somebody on YouTube, they think everybody wants to have a moment or be, you know, is glad to join in. But that's never been my style, you know, because like I say, you know, if somebody wants to do something with me, then we will. But, you know, like I say, I don't chase it like that, you know. Later today, I'm supposed to go to Cabaret with, you know, hang out with Cerisa a little bit. She's one that I reached out from her channel, but, you know, she never, you know, I probably ended up on film a time or two, but, you know, but like I say, we were friends before really I started doing anything. But back to my point about some you can dress up but can't take them nowhere. Perfect example. Like, you know, I'm waiting on my amiga now from Santiago. She's gonna roll out the Cabaret with me. She know, like, just like dudes need to know how to move, you know, chicks need to know how to move sometimes, you know. Like, I can dress her up, take her just about any part of the island, and she's real chill. She'll never say Sosua because, you know, she just doesn't want that stigma placed on her if she's out of here. And then, but yet I got another one that, like, we could be anywhere, and she'll just randomly say, like, you know, like, I used to work at Blackbeard's or something. And you know, I'm just like, you know, we don't, just, you know, no, we, you know, don't, you know. So, I mean, I think a little bit of, there's a healthy amount of shame. That's a good thing, you know, and that's, you know, so you have to kind of pick and choose wisely when you want to take someone away from the zoo to a dinner ball or dinner party, I guess. Yeah. So anyways, that's that. So yeah, we're gonna order a little food. I actually, at breakfast time, or if it's my first food of the day, I want some kind of breakfast food, whether it's 8 a.m. or 3 p.m. That's just how I have to start my day, with some kind of breakfast food. But salute to those brothers that can just come at 9 a.m. and pop a beer and have wings or whatever, because, you know, that's how they rock. But yeah, so anyways, that's what it is. Hope y'all enjoying. You know, thanks for subscribing. Thanks for watching. Click the bell just for hell. You know, esto lo que hay. Tú sabes con la fiesta. Everybody have a blessed day. Ciao.